So, how you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great. Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you? That I was resistant about trying the cleanser because it didn't have enough scent.
Right, I remember that.
And now that I'm in full throttle allergy season, it is the best gift I've had because it does not burn my highly allergic skin.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of people, when it comes to my products, they're like, well, there's not much of a scent or no scent with a couple products. I go, well, that's the point. It's like it's a doctor's product, you know. Some products have scents, that's great, but I wanted to make it as hypoallergenic and as sort of simple as possible. And so it really paid off because most people like the fact that if there's a scent, it's so subtle.
I love it. For that was, I mean, that's only one small reason why I like it, but even with the moisturizer, I found that lately I've been so hypersensitive, and I tried different products before, and I was switching off thinking maybe it was my creams, and then when I started using the product that you had given me, I love it. And then I passed it on to Brittany, and she loved it, and she gave it to her friends. And I think because it's so gentle, I mean, it has all the benefits, but the fact that I find it really gentle. And there's so much garbage that's put into products these days that it's nice to have something that's going to do the work, but yet not really burn the heck out of you.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's sort of like a back to basics approach that I took with that, because you're right, all these other companies are throwing everything but the kitchen sink in their products just for marketing purposes.
Right.
And I said, I'm just going back to a moisturizer and a cleanser that just moisturizes and cleanses and really makes your skin look good and supple and minimizes lines, but not all the junk in there that just doesn't do anything.
And I found it's also not too heavy, that I can use it underneath makeup.
Yeah.
Because now that I've been filming some things, I find that certain products I use can be way too heavy. You can put them on, and it's great if you're going to be home alone, but if you want to put cosmetics on after it, it really works. So I'm very, very impressed.
Good, I'm glad you honestly, it took me like 3 years to work on this line. I mean, I didn't just slap my name on it like a lot of doctors do, honestly. I really, truly did develop this. And it took, the fragrance, the consistency, how does makeup go on over it, all these things I took into account. The other thing, by the way, you don't even know about this yet, but there's an awesome product line called Signals, which is based on stem cells.
Right.
And it's just great. It's just very, very cutting edge.
Right.
And I'm working with them now to come up with a hybrid product of mine along with Signals. And what stem cells do, like most people have heard about, but they really don't know what they do. They're sort of like these cells that can send out signals, which is hence the name of the skincare product, Signals, to tell other cells what to do. So these stem cells can send out signals to normal skin cells and tell them to sort of
grow collagen and regenerate, which is what hasn't been able to be done before.
Yeah. So this, because things have been done, a lot of these products that they'll be marketed as the new breakthrough. It's been done.
Right.
Stem cells in skincare, never been done.
Yeah.
So that's maybe in the fall or something. We'll come up with that.
Wow, I'm going to be the one.
You're in. I know.
I always start from a point of a cynical with everything that. Been there, done that, doesn't work. And when someone gives you something, you have more of a tendency to use it. So I was in a win-win position. But honestly, I have to say I really, really have liked the products, and I felt like they work, and I'm comfortable with it, and I'm comfortable enough to tell someone else that.
Awesome. Thank you. The same company, by the way, off the subject but related. It's all beauty. That makes Botox. Allergan Corporation makes Latisse. Latisse is the.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. I grabbed this thing.
Yeah.
Does this really work?
It's awesome. It really works. It's a prescription. It's like $120, I think, for a bottle of it, which lasts, I believe, a month or two.
Really?
And it literally makes
grows your eyelashes.
It literally works. Yeah, it makes them thicker, fuller, longer.
I saw.
It can grow eyebrows as well.
I'm going to try it, because I don't know if I'll ever grow eyebrows. I don't think I had eyebrows ever in my life. This is it.
There was a patient yesterday in my office who said her whole life she's never had a lateral half to her right eyebrow. It just didn't exist. She's been using Latisse. She's got an eyebrow.
Really?
Literally, just yesterday, she looks in the mirror and goes, "Oh my God, I have an eyebrow."
You have to get a photograph of that, because that's something.
Yeah.
Ideally, if you came out with a product, this is really what you have to work on, coming out with a product for women for the hairline, because a lot of the products that are coming out, they're designed, or that are out, are designed for regrowth on this part of the house.
Yeah.
But the hairline on women, we pull our hair back, we get color, you lose that.
I know.
That would be, if you could put Latisse on your hairline, you think you could?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the package insert says if you actually drip a little bit by accident on your face somewhere, it may grow hair. So you've got to be careful. Yeah.
Well, that will be me, and I won't have a hair on my head, and I'll have it growing out of my cheeks. That'll be perfect. This was a great idea.
It's
boy,
a great product, isn't it?
I
Oh
can't
my
wait to try
gosh.
it. This is
You know how
definitely.
it was, it's kind of a funny story too, that it was discovered because it was initially a glaucoma drug. I don't know if you know the background to it.
I read about this, and the
Yeah.
patients were realizing that their eyelashes were growing when they were
Yeah.
going back to the doctors. I also read that it can make the black around your eye a little blacker, but for people who have light eyes, that kind of would give it
Yeah,
extra
it actually
punch.
potentially can change the color of the iris a little bit too. So if you have blue eyes like we do, it can make them a little bit brownish potentially. It's supposedly reversible, but you just don't know. So
Really?
people with the bluer eyes, I always tell them that it's possible that can darken the eye color. So if someone doesn't want to take that chance, then I tell them to,
Well,
just,
but is that if you put it in your eye? I mean,
No,
or
no.
that's just the way it is?
yeah. So just one of those things. Like I said, you open the package insert to any product, it's like
Right.
a mile long. The possible.
I've
side
heard that
effects.
about it darkening around it. I haven't heard about it changing the eye color.
Yeah,
Have you
potentially.
seen it?
There was one patient, you actually know the patient, who was using it, and she had kind of greenish eyes, and she was using it for about 3 months, and she came in and said, "What color are my eyes?" I go, "Brown." She goes, "They're not brown, they're green." And she said,
They were greenish. They weren't
Greenish,
truly. It's like it's
yeah.
going to take to
But she
change
stopped-
our
but it
color
reversed
eye.
back,
Yeah,
actually.
but to change our color eye,
I think it'd be tough.
It'll be tough.
Yeah, yeah. But it's funny that's one thing, yeah, I definitely
So
have
if
to
you
tell
have
people about.
ish eyes, if you have grayish, bluish, greenish, anything that's ish, but anything in between is just,
Yeah.
it's still worth a try. I mean, gosh.